You're ready to go. Outstand is your foe. Give your all or you'll fall. Now let's begin the show. Good afternoon and welcome to week 7 of the Blue Moon Tournament. I am Mercury Wings, your host, and this is going to be a match between Symes on the left side and Saito on the right. You see that Symes has already decided what he's going to do. Saito on the other side, still making decisions about what he's going to play on his side. We see Dust Cross coming from both sides, Fast Gauge from Saito, and a full cust from Saito before Symes can fire off anything. So, both players having access to the Dust Chute. The Recovery 300 definitely going in there, with Symes being at full health. And now Symes has a decision on his hands as to whether to keep the chips he has or select some new ones. Looks like he's going with new ones. Oh, it appears that I was mistaken in that Symes did indeed get off the wind rack, so the only thing he is forgone is the full cust. But he's going to get decrossed by the machine gun, and going to wait out the invis for just long enough. There's the Killer Man going to connect, and now going to see if he's going to dodge the Inboomer on time. He dodges it, but then he dodges into it on the other side. So it's going to take a full 340 damage, but he does have Anger Mode at his disposal now. That Buck Thunder does not have a listed attack value, so it's not going to be boosted by Anger Mode, and with no major candidates for Anger Mode, Symes is going to go ahead and go into Tomahawk Cross. Going to use Invis while in Tomahawk Cross so he doesn't get paralyzed by the rush, and he's going to put another Invis behind it so he can actually get the effect of the Invis. But not for long, as it's going to get pierced by this Killer Man right here. Symes does appear to be waiting for a possible area grab before firing off that Judge Man. But no, he's going to take the chance to hit the Judge Man now while the opponent's in front of him with time frozen. No paralysis, but the damage is still going to happen. A nice block from Saito of the Buck Thunder on the Risky Honey, going to deal a good bit of damage to Symes right there. And now Symes knows that this is something that he has to watch out for. One thing about Buck Thunder is if you have a defense like Risky Honey, it moves fairly slow, so it's not terribly hard to time. So if Saito has more Risky Honeys, he can continue to do that. And with Risky Honey being 100 health, basically doubled once for being in Tomahawk across to 200, and then doubled again for blocking something that can turn to 400 damage, which is a very serious threat. With having a bubble star and a white cap on his custom screen, Symes would definitely like to have a fire chip to knock Saito out of the Tomahawk Cross, but the fire chip is not there. Camping the middle against those potent Inboomers is going to give him the ability to not get hit by those. And now that the area grab, we're going to see Grabber-Gage get fired off, and it looks like the white cap is not going to do anything for Symes here. We We see that Symes is coming down to the end of his form, but because he has Bug Thunder, he does still have some damage to put on his opponent, so long as he's able to hit. The Life R is going to block Judge Man, and probably what Symes has to be thinking about now is Saito's own Giga Chip, which I do not believe we have seen up to this point. The Bug Thunder should help Symes maneuver his opponent into position for the Golem hit. And Saito's going to take another Thunder hit and be deleted, giving Symes the first win. Looked like he was going for Risky Honey again, but wasn't quite able to get it off. Okay, here we are in Game 2. I'm very much expecting both players to want to go into Dust Cross, with that being one of their main methods to search for chips. I also take notice of the missing panels on both sides, which means that area grabs will not be able to grab all the way to the back row, but you did notice last time that Saito had at least one panel grab he was showing, so Saito can still get the area he wants with an area grab followed by a panel grab, if indeed that is in the cards, or chips as it will. But then Saito has to be pretty careful doing that, as Symes has shown both Grab, Revenge, and Judge Man. So you don't want to haphazardly grab deep into your opponent's area, because a Grab Revenge, a Grab Vanish, Judge Man could be quite punishing and create a pretty significant discrepancy in the way of chip advantage. Saito, having used his Killer Man early, is not going to be able to use it to decross Symes, but as you remember in the first match, it was not a Killer Man but a machine gun that decrossed Symes, so pretty much as long as he is in Dust Cross, that is one thing that he has to be expecting. Trap going to go for Saito as he sidesteps the Bubble Star. And there's the machine gun going to connect and take out Dust Cross exactly as could be feared. Panel grab not going to take that middle panel, but is going to pop Symes' anti-damage as he goes to queue up another one, and he goes to combine the wind wind box that's already on the field with the Bug Thunder that he's about to use. Both wind and fan make it significantly harder to dodge Bug Thunder. So having both at the same time will prove quite effective if indeed Symes is able to keep them both on the field. With it being placed in the middle, Saito is not able to knock it out with a boomer, and the charge shot from Tomahawk Cross is too slow to be able to hit it before the wind blows him back. So this actually turned out to be very hard for Saito to remove. There's the panel grab going to set the area exactly the way Saito wants it for his M-Boomers, but he does not seem to have them right here. And Saito's going to use an invis. There's the Boomer to take out the life bar, but it appears he just had the one. Sanctuary going to come out from Symes, and he's going to use it. He's going to use it after the M Boomer, so that his panels will indeed remain holy instead of being grassed. Had those panels been grassed, not only would he not have the Sanctuary right now, but he also have a whole lot less health thanks to the Element Sword that would have landed against the Tengu Cross. But as it is now, well, there's the Element Man, and it looks like Saito's going to miss the input. I'm pretty sure he wanted the woodwind to get rid of the holy panels. But Grab Banish is going to push Symes backward, and we have Saito having a fairly hard time staying away from Bug Thunder. Symes finally able to find Bug Fix to stop the custom glitch. It does occur to me that in the first game, Symes' chips might have been running low because of the custom glitch, and not because he was getting to the bottom of his folder. We have a beast combo coming from Saito. The only saving grace for Symes being that he did have those holy panels, so the damage he took, which was still quite substantial, was only half of what it would have been otherwise. Probably if he didn't have those holy panels, we'd be going to game 3 right now. As it is, Symes is still in the game, and you see him just working away at those Bug Thunders as Saito fights back with the chips at his disposal. With Symes being up 4 to fire off Bug Thunder. He does happen to not be standing on holy panels, so if... Hold on. I might be getting Saito and Symes mixed up because the names sound similar. But remember that Symes is on the left, Saito's on the right, and with Symes not standing on holy panels, it is very possible that he could take major damage from Saito, depending on what he has planned. The custom glitch only goes down to a minimum of 2 chips, so we know that Symes has indeed reached the bottom of his folder, and because he's in Bug Thunder, the Beast Over Buster is not firing anywhere near as efficiently as it would be. So now Symes put himself in very tired state with Beast Over, and where the third match kind of lagged out, and they had to replay it. So I think that's kind of what happened there. So anyway, we're going to come to game 3 with Symes still on the left, Saito still on the right. And this one appears to be coming down to the wire. Both Symes and Saito having folders with some late game persuasion. So there's going to be quite a bit of back and forth and quite a bit of chess match in between them for these games. Likely, above all else, Symes has to watch out for both the defensive and offensive uses of Risky Honey from Saito, and Saito's got to maintain enough area to where he is able to dodge the Bug Thunders that will surely come out of Symes. Also, one thing I haven't mentioned about this matchup is that we do have both some slow gauges from Symes and some fast gauges from Saito. So there is a little bit of a game of chicken, for lack of the best word, for control of the clock, for control of the gauge. Double point coming from Saito, and it looks like this time he is going to nail a B's combo perfectly. And it's going to take off almost 2/3 of Symes' health. And even if you have 2,000 health and that's not lethal, you still don't want to lose that much of your health that quickly in one fell swoop like that. But thanks to having 2,000 HP and the recoveries, there is still some game to play for Symes. So he's got to make sure that he plays it and plays it well. There's the life bar to block the Killer Man, and Saito just going to area grab, knowing the Killer Man wasn't going to do anything anyway. Symes able to dodge the M-Boomer, preserve his life bar. A bit of a life bar preserver move. Yeah, that was a terrible joke, I knew. Looks like Symes is deciding between Grab Revenge and Judge Man to get his area back. And since he looks like the choice was made in favor of Judge Man as he sends the Grab Revenge to the bottom, and he is going to go ahead and cash in one of those recoveries to get his health back up to a safer level. So Judge Man going to come out, get two columns of area back for Symes, and the book's going to hit for a combined 100 damage. Invis coming from Saito, and we continue to see Symes camping the middle, and Tank Man is proving to be quite a potent answer for that, eliminating both defenses and letting the machine gun get scratch damage on the Dust Cross, which is very much enough to remove it. So Symes no longer able to shuffle. What he sees is what he's getting, and it's a choice between Sanctuary versus Bug Thunder. It looks like he's going to go with the Sanctuary here. Element Man going to be blocked by a trap, most likely. Yep, that is going to be an anti-damage. And there's the area grab. And we're going to see Symes trip over a Risky Honey from Saito. Once again, quite fortunate for him that he was on Sanctuary. The damage would have been pretty near crippling otherwise. So now we're going to see Bug Thunder from Symes. And this time Saito is going to be able to take out the fan. And the Super Vulcan going to run to another Risky Honey and that is going to bring Saito the victory 2-1. Well played on the part of both players, and to you guys, as always, I thank you for watching. Mercury Wings over and out.